Survivor of the 2018 mass shooting at Parkland's Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School now owns the shooter's name. The mass killer has officially lost all the rights to his name in an effort to, quote, shut him down, end quote, from tormenting victims' families in the future.
Jamie Grola is live in Fort Lauderdale with more details on the settlement between the shooter and this victim. Jamie.
This is the U.S. intelligence agency, mind control.
Trina, that settlement was reached earlier this month. The agreement made on Zoom while the shooter is in prison, serving 34 consecutive life sentences.
No, you hear that now? You hear that? How they're referring to him? The shooter now.
Love it. This is how you should have.
He literally has no name. He's the shooter.
This is beautiful. Whoever this guy is, the survivor, thank you. You are fantastic. Open invitation to come on the show. I have all the questions. I have all of the questions because I have all of the theories. Please, 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 please.
Make a marker to
making him accountable. Well,
like this is literally what I've been saying. Somebody should own his likeness as well. So one of the survivors should sue for his likeness as well. So you can strip pictures of him from the internet as well. Fuck this guy. Forget him to the internet. Like, forget him to the world. Sorry. Just gone. Deleted information. A deleted person. That would be perfect. Right? That is the perfect solution to shooters. If they become a nobody, why do it?
This guy specifically. Right?
Yeah.
He has videos of him saying that he's going to be the next shooter, right?
Mm-hmm. It was almost a I'm not gonna say that because that may be a bit adventurous, but he would have been one of the first that you could really attribute to that fame whoring kind of lust for it, the gamification of it by the media, with the name, with the face, with the gun that they used and the kill count. So it's like, why? Like, you're making it a game. You're literally making it a game. Of course it's going to happen more. Add on top the mimetic ones that are tied to Nazis. And then tie the desperate ones that are tied to abuse. And then you've also got the criminal mass shootings. This is why we need specific research into mass shootings, because it's not that simple. To just be like, oh, Gun Violence Archive says 258 mass shootings, 260 victims. How? How does that make sense? How have there been almost more mass shootings than deaths? That doesn't make sense. A mass shooting is 3 or more dead. Like, can we please use the correct statistics to weed out all of these shootings that wouldn't count so we can actually focus in on the problem? Maybe we can use the wider statistic as like injuries from gun violence.
You didn't put the Illinois gun ban stuff in here?
I might not have seen it.
So it's a really short story. I'll do it for you right now.
Okay.
Illinois we would have to look at what the specific thing is, but it's the two things that they're attacking to make illegal is assault weapons and high capacity magazines.
Okay.
And the Supreme Court denied to hear anything to oppose it. So the Supreme Court said, nope, we don't need to hear this case. They can ban the guns, basically. But what Clarence Thomas actually said is that a lower court needs to decide things first before it's kicked up to them.
Yeah. So it was brought preemptively. Okay.
Basically, he's saying like they need to define what an assault weapon and high capacity magazine is.
Thank
like
fucking
essentially
God.
the ruling.
Jesus Christ, thank God.
But no, they're still banned though.
What do you mean?
Well, the case was to ban assault weapons and high.
That's fine, but it's temporary because it'll never stand, right? Because they're nebulous terms that mean nothing. High capacity is 200.
Well, New York has bans on high capacity magazines. If you have a
and
magazine
it's 30?
it's plus 10. Anything plus a 10.
Well,
You
that's
cannot have.
retarded.
Well, it's up to the state to define what a high capacity magazine is for
Sure.
the law. So,
Sure,
and that's
because the
basically what he
Supreme-
said.
Because the Supreme Court hasn't ruled on it. It's up to the states.
Hmm.
So theoretically, if someone challenged the New York law, that would go to the Supreme Court because it's defined.
Maybe.
Interesting. But yeah, like we really need to specify what we're talking about, and this is more my point to bringing the definition back to the actual definition, as per the Obama administration. I actually have the citation for this one. They streamlined it to match mass murder. It came down from 4. So the standards were actually lowered for mass shootings, yet they still only use injuries. So we really need to like specifically nail down types of shootings, then examine the people, really examine them, because ultimately they are the ones that did it, not the guns. That issue is there. That issue is the thing that we want to stop. You don't need to ban guns. It's a cheap solution that lazy people want to do because this is a hard topic to tackle. It's literally this. Like, I don't think this is an unreasonable thing to say. I really don't. But I don't know. People are emotional.
You wanna know something crazy?
Mm.
Remember how we finished on that clown video last time?
Yeah.
If you go in and look at the hashtags, one of them is Clusy.
That's awesome.
You're not going to be able to torture nobody from jail. You're not going to be able to do any more harm to anybody involved, because now, even to give an interview, you need to ask for permission.
That's
And he
so
was in
fucking
agreement.
fun.
Attorney Alex Ariaza says the settlement for the Parkland shooter to turn over his name to a survivor was a little unorthodox, but they got him to agree to their stipulations. According to the settlement, which NBC6 has a copy of, the killer agrees not to give any interviews to any media outlet without the express written consent of Anthony Borges. Borges was shot 5 times in the back and legs in
Beautiful.
2018 at MSD. He still suffers from severe
Holy shit. He's the wow.
How
That's
many?
wild.
PTSD.
5 times in the back.
And legs.
Shot 5 times in the back
I
and
thought I
legs in
heard
2018
25 for a second. I was like, what?
Jesus.
at MSD. He still suffers from severe PTSD.
With a 5.56 too. Jesus Christ. Man, that's not fun. I understand. Jesus.
He put on a little weight. He looks really good. He's going to school, but every day, it creeps up on him sometimes. And Anthony was an extremely good athlete. He was looking at potentially having a pro career playing soccer, and that was his dream. And as he will tell you, Cruz took that away from him.
16 other people were shot, 17 killed. Also, under the settlement, the shooter agrees to transfer or turn over any interest or right to use his name, including but not limited to being used in any type of production, movie, book, television,
Well,
cable TV.
I
or
love
any
it that they're
media.
showing the
Sole
name.
control of his name and rights belongs now to Borges.
Yeah.
The
Well, they
shooter
kinda have
also
to,
agreed
right?
to assign any interest he may have in any insurance
Nah.
policy in which he was
Oh,
or
look,
is
there he
named
is.
as a beneficiary.
No.
The most important thing that we were trying to do here is
It would be
to
better if they
achieve
blacked
some
it out.
closure,
Yeah.
and for Anthony,
And blurred his face out, but I guess he doesn't. He owns his identity, right?
he's going to face this gentleman that destroyed.
Does that mean his name on his identity is now John Doe?
No, it just means like he can't anything that he has to do, like any press or anything like that. He would have to get this guy's permission.
That's so fucking funny.
Is the potential of being a professional athlete and to be able to address it. But in the end, we wanted to be able to shut him down.
All right. Also, under the agreement, the shooter, upon death, will donate his brain and his organs for scientific research to prevent tragedies like this from happening again.
Fuck
Epic.
yes. Excellent.
Epic.
That's sick.
Several other families
I hope this sets a precedent and more
I
people
really
pursue
do.
cases like this.
I hope this really does start something, because this is the start of fixing the problem. Genuinely, in my belief, this is the beginning of starting to fix the problem. stop using their names, stop showing their faces.
Stop
the
doing
gun,
the high score shit.
like Jesus Christ, the gun doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter what kind of fucking gun it was. Stop it. It doesn't matter. Only for official, actual people who keep records on the type of gun used correctly does this matter. To anybody else is irrelevant. They got shot. The gun doesn't matter. The number of people is all that matters, and the number of people only matters because they are dead. And that is who you should focus on only, is the people who died. They are the only faces that you should be showing on the screen.
You know how, like, it doesn't happen anymore, but in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, there was all that glorification of serial killers.
Exactly, and look what happened, right?
And, well, some would say that forensic evidence has stopped it, but I would say serial killers still exist just as much as they did back then.
Yes, 100%. I 100% would agree with you, on that assumption.
Like, there's the one guy, like the Golden State Killer, they only recently caught,
Yeah. Like, there's no way that they don't exist. They just aren't talked about as
Imagine if they gave mass shooters, cool names like Golden State Killer and stuff.
Yeah, it would make the problem way worse.
Mm-hmm.
So sued Cruz. There's even a mini trial next month to assess damages. That trial has been canceled. Reporting live in Fort Lauderdale, Jamie Garola, NBC6 News.
This week, the Surgeon General declared gun violence a public health crisis. He cited the estimated 50,000 Americans who die every year in gun-related incidents.
Well, we did cover this because
According
I
to the
made
gun
the
violence
joke that you're going to put dead kids on the ammo boxes.
Yeah, we did cover this. I mean, we can skip.
Yeah.
Are you aware of a CIA psychological profile about you, sir? Would you be interested in hearing what the CIA had to say? This secret study portrays as a brilliant but dangerous megalomaniac who is likely to pursue his own aims in disregard of U.S. interests. He's an uncertain ally. Shall I go on, or would you prefer that I stop, sir?